4 years ago, John Kerry was campaigning in the final weekend in Florida, Iowa, Michigan, New Hampshire, Ohio, and Wisconsin. Barack Obama, Colorado, the Rocky Mountain West. We've been talking a lot about that. Florida's still in play. Missouri, which has been safe Republican territory. Nevada, again, another western state that the Democrats covet. North Carolina, Ohio, and Virginia. Let's talk about the Democrats first of all. There are some new targets of opportunity there for Barack Obama.
Absolutely. Barack Obama on a Saturday is campaigning in Pueblo, Colorado, in a part of the state that went handily for George Bush in 2004. His advisors say, look what we're spending our last few days. We are on offense across the board. And what are they trying to do? They're trying to drive down those McCain margins in his pockets of strength in states like Colorado, while at the same time, with their ground game, trying to maximize the Democratic turnout. What's interesting, Tom, about what's happening in some of these targets of opportunity and in the base states is that Obama is doing what Bush did successfully in 2004, at least they're counting on it, which is to create new voters. They're not just relying on their base. They're out there trying to increase African-American turnout, 600,000 African-Americans in Florida who were registered but didn't vote in '04. They think they can get 3/4 of those African-Americans this time. They could overwhelm the polls with that, and that's what they're counting on.
Yeah, it's interesting. If I can just say something with these new voters, when you look at that, most of the polls look at likely voters. They're not necessarily catching these voters that are new to the system, and so there may be real
sporadic
surprises.
voters, lapsed voters, people who haven't voted in the past.
All right, we're going to take a look at the Republican map in the final 48 hours as well. George Bush 2004, Florida, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and he told me on the Sunday before the election he really thought he could win Pennsylvania. He couldn't. And Wisconsin. John McCain now, the final weekend. His home state of Arizona, Florida, Indiana, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. The idea that he has to campaign in Virginia, David, is pretty striking.
It's entirely a defensive posture, except for Pennsylvania. And as you were talking with Chuck earlier, Pennsylvania is their one offensive card, place where they hope to be able to break into the Democratic base. I think the odds are against them, and I'd have to say that the choice of Governor Palin did not work in the Philadelphia suburbs, and they're going to pay a price for that.
You have also written about the organization of the Obama campaign, and the fact of the matter is that 4 years ago, the Bush campaign, led by Karl Rove, was better organized than the Kerry campaign. It looks like the Obama campaign has taken a page right out of its playbook.
They really have, and it's probably the most unexplored story about why this first-time candidate was able to do what I think probably it's fair to say no other first-time candidate has ever really been able to achieve, to build an organization of this kind of power and efficiency.